All right, Captain America, last one for the night. Anything to say there, Extrodin?
Extrodin, waiting on you.
Sorry. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, guys. So basically, Captain America, if you guys remember, there used to be sort of like two made-for-TV films that came out of Captain America where he was wearing a helmet instead of a normal visor or just whatever, a mask, whatever you call it. Chris Evans was attached to the role, but he was not sure about it in the first place because he was not happy with what happened with the two Fantastic Four films that he had made in the past. And he didn't want to commit in doing something so long because these people at this point in time, the MCU was really doing great financially, and these guys would be attached to like 9 picture deals from the jump, not even like a 2-3 picture deal, for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picture deals, and he wasn't sure about it. But after communicating with Kevin Feige, I guess eventually they convinced him that, look, this will work.
Didn't he talk to RDJ?
Was it RDJ? I don't think it was RDJ. I could be wrong. I don't think it was RDJ.
Okay, somebody correct us in the comment section down below if you're at this point in the video and you care enough. But I thought it was RDJ.
Mickey Mouse showed up with a suitcase of money. Yes. Oh, here you go.
Convinced now?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then something that people don't know is that Jack Kirby and Joe Simon actually created Captain America. Stan Lee was involved in creating Captain America. So that's, I think, one of the things that people keep forgetting. But anyway, so we have Haley Atwell, who becomes Peggy Carter. John, who's this? Chris Carr from the John Campea show mentioned something very interesting. She says that Peggy Carter's role is really not utilized that very well throughout the entire MCU, if you think about it. Yes, she does play like a nice agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the first one, and she does play a love interest in this one. And then she has her own series that gets cancelled. She does come in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but she gets killed quickly. She is in What If, but yeah, she voices the character as Captain Britain. But like she keeps coming back. She does have like a cameo in Ant-Man in the beginning, the sort of prologue, if you will, or like a flashback. But I guess she's a team player in that regard. Anyway, you have Hugo Weaving from the Matrix fame and Lord of the Rings, and he also did V for Vendetta. He plays the Red Skull in this one, and he never comes back after this. Someone else actually plays the Red Skull going forward. Sebastian Stan.
I have so many questions to ask about that, because honest to God, it's like when he brought the Infinity Stone, what was the Red Skull thinking? Greetings, Steve, son of a bitch. What the hell are you doing here?
Anyway, there's something that Rob and I have mentioned before about Bucky. Bucky here is not a teenager. He's not a kid. He seems to be like his was the Steve Rogers peer friend. Anyway, so yeah, he portrayed Bucky very well. You have someone like Derek Luke in here. Derek Luke is, I don't know where he is lately. This is someone that has been trained by Denzel Washington. If you guys remember Anton Fisher, he was in Anton Fisher as Anton Fisher. He did other things like Catching Fire. He was in the music video with Alicia Keys' Teenage Love Affair. He was in Hawthorne with Jada Pinkett Smith. At a point, he was on a roll, but for some reason, he just
Extrodin, we gotta kind of cut all of this trivia short so that we can have enough time to talk about the movie.
No problem. No problem. I think one last thing I just need to mention is that it came out in 2011, had a budget of between 140 to 216 million, and it got over 370 million at the box office.
Oh yeah, and I'm saying if you lowball that budget, then yeah, it did great.
Yeah.
If it goes up to the 260, then it didn't really do that good.
Which I don't think it's 260. I'm looking at that movie. It doesn't give me a feeling of 260. It didn't feel overproduced. So my eye is telling me it's 140 or somewhere there.
But I mean, if you think about the film locations that they had to shoot in, it's a lot of film locations there.
Mm.
Oh, is it a
there's
lot?
lot of movement. Sure,
Yeah,
some of the
think about it. I think there's like from Queens to different
They
fields,
shoot
like in
in
the army.
Queens. They shoot.
But I'm saying I still don't.
Soundstage,
But there's not a lot of. But there's not a lot of like
They shoot
the
in
CGI.
Europe.
I'm saying, yeah, but I'm saying like the CGI is not that
Yeah.
crazy to me. So maybe it's the traveling that blows up the budget. But then even then, I'm still thinking maybe 180, not
But even
260.
then, I think if you look at most of the stuff, it's very recyclable stuff. They just change a few things, and it's they could literally shoot a couple of different scenes in the same location, and it'd be different locations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There weren't
anyway,
too many like distinct buildings.
yeah.
But
distinct
also,
markings.
guys, if you remember, like I think the first half of this movie, it's another actor playing Steve Rogers, and then they had to put like Chris Evans's face on there.
Yes.
You know, so that motion cap technology might have cost them a bit more.
Oh,
Um,
true.
yeah.
That's
Okay, yeah.
also
Okay, then now that makes sense.
because yeah, it was kind of seamless. Anyway, the movie was kind of a smash. I mean, it wasn't a smash hit, but it
Yes.
was keeping the momentum of the MCU. I think this movie does a lot to set up Steve Rogers. I really think that like this movie explains Steve Rogers. It like distills Steve Rogers' character as a whole, and they continue to like pepper it out throughout the entire MCU, throughout all 10 years of the films. Um, I love his interactions with Bucky. I love how Peggy falls for him before he becomes Captain America.
Mm.
Simply because like the thing is it shows that this thing that's special about Steve is his heart. It's not so much, you know, like for example, the perfect scene is when what I'm forgetting the general, Tommy Lee Jones, like throws the grenade on the ground and he's like, yeah, you're gonna see that the guy we're picking for this is gonna be mean and he's gonna do what's necessary for what.
Yeah.
And that guy dives undercover and Steve jumps on the bomb.
But
Like, I think,
he's still skinny.
yeah, he's still tiny, but he's like,
Someone give that man a sandwich.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that whole thing of him like jumping on the bomb. Yeah, but that thing of him jumping on the bomb,
Yeah, it was iconic.
the scene in the theater where that guy is like heckling the movie, and like Steve is like, dude, can you show some respect because it's like the military and all of that stuff, and they're going to go fight people, and then we get the infamous "I can do this all day."
I know.
Yeah, and also Red Skull in this, I do like the depiction of Red Skull. He was kind of terrifying, like especially when he starts murking other Nazis. Like other Nazis were even like, "Yo, I can't even hang with this, bro."
Oh yeah, Hugo killed it, man.
Yeah, so for me, it's up there, but it's not like let's see, what did I give? So I gave 8.5. I give this a solid 8. I think the only thing I did not like about this movie so much was some of the action scenes and choreography. I think it's one of the best looking Captain America suits, but I just think some of the fighting is too static. It's too blocky or whatever. But yeah, I think the lore, I think how they incorporate the Tesseract, I think Hydra, yeah, I'll give this an 8. Zooks, floor's yours.
Yeah, so great movie. I enjoyed it. I bought into Steve. I bought into his character. I bought into his actions. I bought Peggy falling for him. Enjoyed Bucky. Enjoyed the Howling Commandos. I loved Red Skull and his scientist. Kind of what's it called? Zola.
Our name's Zola.
Yeah, Zola.
Stanley Tucci.
So this movie was very well depicted, very very well told, and I also like the little hints of intelligence they show for Steve or outside of the box thinking when they're going for the flag and he just like, okay, so the aim is get the flag, and then he takes out the pin and he gets the flag. And that's also the type of thing that you can see Peggy's like, oh, okay. I see you, Steve. I see you thinking like that. So that was little kind of cool things. So, and also they didn't like sometimes when they making this guy is the good guy, he's so good, he's so honest, he's so earnest. It didn't feel shoved down my throat. It didn't feel false
Mm.
with Steve.
Yeah, they really no, because I think a perfect example of what you're saying is the conversation that he has with Erskine, and he says
Mm,
something that's always made me think for years. Like that's another thing that this movie, like the dialogue in this movie, also stuck with me because he was like, yeah, the first people that the Nazis invaded was Germany. Like
Yeah,
that's a
yeah, that was
crazy
a
thing.
fire.
And like that's a crazy thing to think about because you never really
mm,
think about that with
Mm.
Nazism and how it rose,
mm,
with
mm,
quick
mm.
history and World War II and all of that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of Germans that got screwed by the Nazis to the point where, like, I had a German teacher. Just quick side note, I had a German teacher, and she was just like, "Don't mention Nazi around me. Like, my family came out bad. Like, it was a shitty situation for us." So it's just like, yeah,
Mm,
like, it was so because Steve goes, it's not where you're from. I just hate bullies. I don't
mm.
care about, like, I care about America, but it's not about America.
Yeah,
Like, if you put me over in Britain or whatever, and like the French were fucking with the British, I punch the French. It's
yeah.
not, it's not about where you're at, it's about who you are. And that's something that's
It's
really intrinsic to this character.
mm. Little fun fact. When Steve Rogers comes out of the capsule all buff and ish, and Haley Atwell almost grabs him. That was actually real. That wasn't. She literally was like, "Oh, hold up, what? I see you, Mister
I'm
Mister
surprised she
Chris
didn't
Evans."
holler. I'm surprised she didn't holler because that's how I know. Hey, Chris Evans is a better man than me. If Haley Atwell was feeling me like that, I'd be like, hey, after I get off on set.
Hey man, after we get on set,
Once the
how about we make
director
Cap and
says
Peggy a
cut,
real thing?
once the director says cut, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong.
Shame, I'm playing the Barry White. I'm playing the Maxwell. I'm playing the
Hey, Una, let
There's
me
this
get in your
meme.
who's the
barrel. You
turn
know
off the
what I'm
lights guy
saying?
again?
Let me get in your barrel.
Turn off
Independent
The
the.
Chris.
lights.
Independent
Yeah,
Chris.
boo, Teddy.
There's
Yeah,
this
I'm playing the
meme.
Teddy.
There's this meme that always gets me going where they show after it comes to the question, like, if there's this guy standing next to Captain America. It's like, oh my god, am I gay now? Is this what being gay feels like?
Oh, and also
The
there was
sentence, like,
there
I think I
was
made him too attractive.
there's a lady that's a shield operative there. That's also that also played Quill's mother in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Deep.
Oh yeah, and also there's girly from Game of Thrones. I forgot her name. She fine as hell also, where she throws herself at Captain America, and
Oh,
like, and
for the woman giving thanks for the wives of America.
yeah, and like Steve is just like, hey man, I'm trying to get Peggy Carter. Come on, stay away from me.
And also that's a nice thing. Like you see, he's got all things. Like what you can see, he literally has no idea what to do now. He's like, yeah, like it was cool. Like they didn't make him now like he became all buff and tall and shit, and now he became suave and smooth and stuff. He was still the awkward
Yeah,
Steve that we know.
dog didn't know what to do, bro. He was getting vurified there by the legs.
Hey, Danka. Oh, Stark was also a good character in this.
Yeah, Howard Stark. Yeah.
Yeah, Howard Stark. He did good, but also the story was well organized. It was
Mm.
clear.
Mm.
It
Dominic
it it
Cooper.
it wasn't confusing. It wasn't misleading. So that I enjoyed that. There's something I've forgotten. There is something I've forgotten to mention. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I can't think of what it is right now, but yeah, I'll give this I'll also give it I'll give it an 8.
All right, an 8.
I know there's
Nice.
something I've forgotten to mention, but I enjoyed this movie. Oh, the music. The
Mm.
music. It was
Oh yeah, it was
very
actually very good.
yeah, the music was very calm and it flowed with the thing. You know, sometimes they just be putting music for music's sake. Like this music made sense.
Oh, and shout out to the scene where Bucky does fall and Captain America is mourning his friend. I feel like that interaction between Peggy and Steve was also just chef's kiss.
And that's the thing. Like the moments were the emotional moments were well hit. They didn't feel forced. They didn't feel shoved down our throat. They didn't feel uh contrived. So they hey man, shout out to the production team, to the director, the writer, everyone. Y'all guys did a good job on this one.
Agreed.
All right, Rob.
Not got much to say about this one. I agree with most of you guys that overall this is a great movie. Genuinely fantastic. I will say this though. Do you know what it kind of feels like to me? It feels like a greatest hits documentary.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know if you guys know the greatest hits format kind of direct documentary where like you take the documentary elements and you take like the best moments of that character's life and you kind of
sure, like
splatter
straight out of Compton or something. Yeah, I get that.
Where they don't really spend that much time on like specific character moments per se, like linger on them. In fact, I would even say Straight Compton is better. I would actually say more like the the guy got an Oscar for Queen. The Queen
Bohemian
one.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, the Queen.
Yes, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
With Rami Malek.
Yeah, we go, Rami Malek. I would almost say, to me, in a weird way, this movie feels like that. I don't know if that fully explains it properly, but I honestly think it's like a fantastic documentary, but like a really good movie, if that makes any sense. So I did enjoy myself. I had fun with this one. I thought Chris Evans did a great job. I've never thought of Chris Evans as the world's greatest actor. I think Hugo Weavings did a fantastic. Oh my God, I love Hugo Weaving in everything. Whether it's Priscilla or V for Vendetta, whether it's just the
thank God
voice.
somebody watched it. Oh God, thank you. Thank you. Someone watched it. Yo. Anyway.
I know, right? When he was describing it, I was like, this man missed the best one.
Yes, I was about to bring it up on my turn.
But anyway, Hugo Weaving, even in the few seconds he was there, he was fantastic with the opening to the bridge fight scene. I really thought he, in my opinion, stole the show in his own weird way. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a 7.3.
Yeah, Hugo was boss.
Yeah. No, I see what you did there. And he was a Nazi. And he was a Nazi too, so it works in more than one way.
Yeah. Oh, shadowing.
Stealing my pun man drop there, Zuko.
I'm here all week. Hey,
A triple entendre, man. A triple entendre. I like it.
Hey, call me Jay-Z. Triple entendre, don't even ask me how.
I'm gonna need you to amend my score for Thor because I realized that you guys were right. Actually, please make that 8.5.
Oh,
my man!
What a jump!
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you compare these two movies and you're like, no, I was actually kind of.
Yeah, because if I have to rate this one, I'm realizing that no, Thor is way too low.
Yeah.
This one I'd give it a 7.
Shame actually worked. So I'm surprised.
This one I'd give it a 7. It's for me it's better than Incredible Hulk. And it's better than Iron Man 2 because the story is cohesive, you know, it doesn't feel disjointed. Everything actually is a bit seamless. Seeing Captain America say he can do this all day, even when he was crony, tells you a lot about his character. Also mentioning all the things that you guys have mentioned already. Losing his friend Bucky, that was sad. I mean, I felt it when he was on the train and he fell off. Peggy Carter.
They told it enough. There was a lot of scenes where you knew Bucky had his back.
Yeah. Also,
like that's the thing, that relationship is so organic. It's not like Bucky is his friend because he pities him and whatever. And also, Bucky doesn't treat him like he's an invalid, but Bucky also knows like Steve's limits. That's why when he meets Steve and he's just like, what did the Nazis do to me? Like, am I seeing things?
Right. But also I just want to say, even with Peggy Carter, I was looking forward to seeing that dance with him and Peggy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like these.
It had to take 20 years.
The relationships that he forms with all these characters are organic, man, and you actually really feel that this man deserves a bit more than everything that life throws at him. It's like ish. It just happens to have bad luck to a certain degree.
No, true. But I think one of the problems with the MCU is that they couldn't move him forward. I think
Yeah.
that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they should have built up his relationship with Agent 13. Like, I feel like they should have
Yes.
let Peggy go
Yes.
and they
Yes.
should have focused on Agent 13. I think that's one of the disservices that they do to this character because then I feel like he wouldn't have to have gone back in time
Right.
in Endgame.
It's
But
the same
anyway.
thing. It's the same thing that happened with Lady Sif, like we mentioned with Thor. It's something similar, where
I mean,
it's
Yeah,
like,
true.
okay, we introduced the first love interest. Let's just keep it that way.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
Quick
but
question,
that's not
guys.
really the point. Yeah?
In the comics, is Agent 13 Peggy's grandniece or whatever she was?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's just creepy.
Yeah.
is.
It's
Oh, it
not.
is.
For
It's
me, it's
not.
not.
It is.
Oh, stop!
creepy.
Stop watching The Bold and the Beautiful, Buck.
Yeah.
It's making
Yeah.
weird things normal.
No,
It's
wait,
making
hold
weird things.
on. Hold on.
Wait,
hold on.
So
When
so
they
you would
meet
hit
up-
on the aunt and the niece?
If she's grown and I'm grown, it's fine.
Fuck.
No. Oh, so you
No.
Wait,
Meister.
I'm trying to understand
The
what's
color is
confusing here.
broken.
I'm trying to
Meister.
understand. Hold on. Let's look at the scenario first. Let's just clear up the scenario. So first
It's
off,
still her
Frozen
niece.
in ice.
wait, he's frozen
Don't
in ice.
justify it.
Wait, let me explain how. First off, he's frozen in ice, ne, for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the way he meets her, he didn't know it was her niece or whatever. They meet on the job, okay?
Mhm.
They form a relationship and then he finds out later. And also, at this time, Peggy is gone. It's not that he's like, I'm trying to Forrester it up in here. It's just that apparently they vibe, and after they vibe, then he finds out later. But both of them are grown individuals by the time this happens.
This is giving
You know why they
flashbacks.
vibe? Because she's got her aunt's blood in her. That's why they're vibing.
But
The
I'm
same blood he
saying,
was vibing with at
But-
first.
but I'm saying when they meet each other,
bonding vibes.
but I'm saying when they meet each other, it's not. I don't understand how this is weird. I feel like it was fine.
It's giving
Guys,
I
Jacob
think the
keep-
fact that he knows,
Aunties,
he knows that he still
keep your
kisses
nieces
her.
away from Buck. Aunties, keep your nieces
No,
away
no,
from Buck.
this is it's basically the same plot of Jacob and Rafflecopter or Renisbeth or
No, it's
whatever.
not. He
is.
didn't. He
That's a
did not
baby.
inflict on her as a child. He met her as an
Still.
adult. They're
Still,
adults.
just imagine you just if an 18-year-old girl walked up to you and said, "Let's do this."
It's not even 18. She's like 25
But-
or
Okay,
something.
And how old is he? How
Let's
old
flip
is
this,
he?
Buck. Let's flip this. Would you date your uncle's ex?
Yeah, why not?
Oh God!
Okay, Askis. Never
Okay,
mind.
this is clearly a
Bro,
for another
Meister.
day.
Fair
Okay,
to
Rob,
him,
Rob, you
there
were
are
saying?
no
No, I'm just saying.
Buck has no limits. Keep
To
Brook.
be fair,
Keep
there are
Brook
no
Meister.
actual consequences to that. To be fair, it's only up to first cousins, I believe.
Brookmeister.
Heto Logan.
I'm confused.
Heto Logan.
If they broke up and we vibing and we both adults and we're not related, what's happening?
It's like
Heto
SNL
Logan.
skit. It's Twilight, man. It's fine.
It's not
No,
even.
no, as,
Oh
I
my
don't want to hear
God.
you
And
say
he has a
anything bad
problem-
about
he has a
Jacob
problem with
and
Twilight, by the way.
and
He has a
and
problem.
Rose Page
No,
anymore.
Jacob meets Raffle as a child.
it's still,
Whatever, Heto
it's
Logan.
still also the same. It's basically Edward and Bella still. What's the age gap? What is the age gap?
Like 100, I think.
But okay, just to defend Toilet a little bit, he's still stuck emotionally at 17.
And
The thing is,
Captain America
when you
is still
look
stuck
at
as a.
when you look at Captain America, right? The only
Yeah.
reason he's 90 was because he was frozen in ice. His actual age is he's still the regular 30-year-old dude.
banging
Yeah,
his
guys, we can
his
do
would have
this
been
all
ex's
day. I think
niece.
Rob, just please continue.
Yeah,
Okay. Wait.
Well, we are
Didn't
shook
I?
at-
No,
not
it's
me.
Stebello.
Stebello.
Yeah,
Oh, you gave your
because
score
Kato
already.
Logan here is gonna traumatize us.
Agent 13 for life. She's
Wait,
actually
what was
amazing in
Rob's
the
score?
comic books.
What was
Whatever,
Rob's score?
Brooke. Whatever,
that's why-
Brooke Meister.
Yeah, what is your
Oh.
score, Rob?
7.3. It's here.
Yes, 7.3. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Well, brace yourself for heart attacks. I have yet to finish this movie.
Uh-oh.
Outstanding.
With your concubine.
Fabulous.
That's just so how little I cared about this movie. There is my concubine, and I couldn't bother to watch it.
Wow.
So you're not standing Sebastian, all right?
Yeah, you know what? Today you are not representing Marvel well, eh?
Let me tell you something. Look, let me just put into context. I've had generational beef with Captain America. It's not necessarily from.
What did he do?
But this was
His
America's
existence-
ass, Tebelo. How
He's
could you?
His very existence annoys me. He's basically American propaganda if you look at it from an objective perspective. And
I mean, he is
And
Wait. Let's be fair.
no, I'm talking about it from the plot sense. When you look at the characterization, yes, there's a lot more nuance and stuff like that. But if you were to look for it from an outside, you've got somebody living all the way in Africa, and then they say, no, we have to watch this thing called Captain America. He's this great hero who kept on fighting against the Nazis and saved us from the world.
Okay, yeah, they blow it out of proportion, sure.
Thank you.
But I'm
Thank
saying
you.
him
So
as
now-
a character, he's a
now-
good character.
What invited me to to look at this character in a little deeper from that? I don't want to look at that person. Like, who cares? Go and represent your American imperialism. Leave me alone. That's how I used to feel about Captain America for years. So
Like as a kid.
yes,
Even after Avengers
You were
Earth's
on that
Mightiest
level
Heroes.
as a kid.
really, I went.
No
when
ways.
I was
No ways.
all
Nah,
That
of,
dog,
rationale.
there's no way you
That
were just like this
reasoning.
kid.
I was all of 13 years old when I went to Chicago and New York for the first time, and what I saw there colored my perspective till this day.
Whoa, you've been
Yeah,
So when you watched when Captain America throws his mighty shield, you were like,
My eyes were
okay.
like, yeah.
How old
because-
were you?
Was that
Just
in
trying
high
to
school?
picture a 13-year-old, the imperialist system of so-and-so.
No, at that point,
And,
my disdain was I
Rob,
went
the
there.
worst part, he doesn't even say management that time.
Yeah.
When I went there, the thing I realized was like, you guys are no different from us. Because I saw like, but who is he? More, they are the squatters. They are the.
But what does that have to do with Steve Rogers, bro?
So now, bearing that, now that I see the truth behind this veil, and then you have this idealized characterization that they're trying to shove down my throat in Marvel, I was like, I'm not buying this. I know what you guys really are. So stop it.
You're gonna
So-
love the
Okay.
Falcon
But why didn't
comics
you feel
then.
that way about Superman? Why didn't you feel that way about Batman? And
Truth and
Spider-Man?
the American way. Yeah.
Hence, you see that word Captain America. They went subtle about it. And this with Superman, they were just it's Superman.
I want to be Phyllis Stephen J.
So that was me. But as time goes on, I mellowed down because Steve Rogers basically was a criticism against the American system, as much as Superman is now a criticism for the super powerful. Now he's seeing it like, oh wow, okay, so this Captain America title is actually it's actually it's not satire. What's the word they're looking for? Political satire. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. The whole idea is that Steve represents what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and each time he does something to the spite of this current American agenda, it's something to make that rubs them up the wrong way because that character keeps reminding them, this is what you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to represent. And when you're falling short of this, you're not only proving yourself, you're also proving him as a hypocrite. So that's where I realized, oh, okay.
Oh, you mean like Superman?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like you're going to give this movie a 3, but let's hear you out.
No. That being said, there are many things I liked when he came out with those muscles, everything like that. Nothing stopped. Music played in my head. Time stopped. I fell in love with him all over again. I missed the hair because me and the hairy chest were always friends, especially in the days of the Human Torch, and I was walking around with that whole thing like.
Hairy chest, what are you from the 80s?
I have hormones. I like to see another proper person with all these hormones in full display. None of this shaved nonsense. I don't want kids.
I'm saying Devilla was a big fan of the Beach People. Why am I forgetting it now? The Hoff.
No. That funny enough, I never really liked to thinking Baywatch.
Oh, there we go. Never liked to watch the Bay.
I never really got into that. Funny enough.
You didn't like watching the Hoff in slow motion?
Nope. It didn't do anything.
I've been like 10 years old when that came out, man.
Yeah, Marnelli still ringing it.
It would have been strange if it did anything for you.
Hey, look, Kes Smith in Dawson's Creek was doing something, but not this guy. So, and it came out at the same time. So
what?
Anyway, so you what's your rating?
Wow. All right. Bringing it back to this movie. There are things that I did manage to appreciate, if not enjoy. The move from using him as a propaganda tool to realizing that he can actually be a military asset, on brand with what America usually does. The Red Skull. My biggest strategy is that we should have had more movies with him. Because the Red Skull was a legitimate proper. Look, in the comics, the Red Skull is a menace to this day. We have Doom, we have Red Skull. They are the biggest issues that Shield faces on a day-to-day basis. Like it's Doom, it's Red Skull, and then just right there underneath him is Baron Zemo. So we've got this thing, but then they don't. He's heavily.
I don't know who pissed off Hugo Weaving in the MCU.
Yeah, because it feels like I genuinely feel like he got fired halfway in this movie because he died like early, man, in this film.
So,
but
and then he becomes the stone guy, and like you wasted this character.
You know. So I mean, he was. For heaven's sake, he was Megatron.
Yeah, did he do more Transformer movies than he did Marvel movies? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how many epic one-liners did you get from Megatron in those movies? Even the first one. The first thing he says, what does he say to Starscream? The first thing he says, the most iconic line: "You failed me again. Yet again, Starscream." Is the one
but the jazz one was the one that killed me, man. You want a piece of me? No, I want two.
God.
Okay.
So my score here, I'm gonna. Look, I was gonna give it the same score as the first Iron Man.
Okay.
And since you guys managed to persuade me to go up to 7, so I'm gonna give this also a 7.
All right.
Yeah, it would have been a 6, but I'm okay with 7.
It's okay.
All right.
All right.
And that I believe
guys,
is everything.